Cancer, how are you? Let's do a reading for your current energy, shall we? As always, please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in this story. Now, I sure appreciate each and every one of you. I really do. And if you appreciate what I do here, help me out. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really makes a difference to my channel. And I would love to see my channel continue to grow. So grateful, thankful for each and every one of you. So let's see what's going on for all of my Cancers for the next 7 to 10 days. First card out for you is the Wish card. We love that. It's the 9 of Cups crossed by the 6 of Swords. So there is a situation that you are really hoping will move into a place that is a little bit more peaceful. There's some resolution. You feel a little bit better. I mean, there has been a difficult situation that you have been dealing with. And when I have these two cards in combination, I can't help but feel that, you know, secretly you are really wanting to move away from this. Whether you have actually done it, you are definitely thinking about it. You know, maybe you're not wanting to say anything. We do have here the Page of Swords coming in reversed. I mean, so, you know, in some levels, I wonder whether or not, you know, you've been feeling a little bit alone. You've been feeling like things haven't been working out your way. We do have the 5 of Pentacles here. So it's feeling like you just don't have what you need in a situation. And, you know, if you've been dealing with someone else, you know, and things have been hard, we got a lot of swords here, you know, so there's a lot of mental energy. There's a lot of things that have gone on. You know, I just feel as if, you know, you are really ready to move away. And honestly, you know, with this 9 of Cups coming in here, you've been really quiet because, look, you got your arms are crossed. We've got this curtain behind you of you not really wanting to kind of let people know or let anyone know, you know, maybe secretly you are really hoping for, you know, a situation where you can get away from it. Now, here we do have the Temperance card coming in reversed. So, you know, there is this lack of patience that you have. You know, it's like things are not working. They're not going to work. I think you've given it every opportunity that you can. And you're just feeling like now maybe you just need to move away from it. We do have the Hierophant above you, you know, so this could be a situation around a marriage. This could be about maybe you not wanting to get married. You know, this could also be, you know, a place where you work, you know, because this is a higher institution. You know, maybe you just don't go along with their philosophies. Maybe you just don't feel as if, you know, you are truly in alignment with what they are asking of you. And, you know, having gone through this energy of the 6 of Swords, I mean, there has been issues that have come up that, you know, have hurt you or have really bothered you. Now, moving forward, though, I do feel as if, you know, we do have the Knight of Pentacles here. I mean, you're at a standstill, not really knowing what to do. I mean, you've done a lot of work. You just want to be happy again. And when we have the energy of the 6 of Swords, you know, this is you wanting to find some peace, you know, and, you know, you can't just walk away sometimes from a situation because if you walk away from it, you may end up, you know, with nothing, you know, and maybe that's what you need to kind of consider, you know. I mean, for example, myself, you know, when I got divorced, I just wanted to be divorced. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to be out of the situation. You know, he ended up with everything and I ended up with nothing. And that was fine, you know, and, you know, maybe this is something you have to consider. It's like, if you really want to have this peace of mind, you know, and you really want to move away from this troubled energy, you may have to take a loss. And, you know, this with this 5 of Pentacles coming in, it's just like, you know, is your happiness worth losing everything? For me, it was, you know, for some people, it may not have been that way. You know, you have to weigh it out in your life. You know, what are you willing to fight for? What is it that you want to keep and hang on to? You know, it's that kind of an energy as you know, kind of make these decisions about what you want moving forward. But for sure, you know, you really want to find a place where you feel good again. You want to feel happy again. You know, this yellow in the background here, as well as the yellow here in this Knight of Pentacles, I think is indicating that you just want to be happy. You want to start new. You want to have a new opportunity. You know, you want to feel good again. But, you know, I do feel as if there is this need for you to not be afraid, you know, to get to that point where you have to say something. Because the Page of Swords here usually delivers a message that we're not happy about when it's reversed, you know. But if we turn it over, you know, I mean, this is you really kind of saying, I need to start in a new direction and I need to do it for myself, not for anyone else. Now, as an extension of what's going on with you, you may actually have an opportunity to move away from this situation, and that might also bring up some feelings of like, oh my gosh, I have to tell him that I'm leaving, right? But there is an open door, and I think people are waiting for you to like step into a new place, you to kind of shine your light. I mean, you're being very welcomed, in this new energy. So, sometimes closing the door is hard when we have to open another door, because it hurts. All right. Let's be honest. I mean, it's just like not always easy to just walk away from situations or from people. And if this is a job, it's just like you're taking a big chance of leaving one job for another job. And here we do see the Three of Pentacles coming in for you. But this may be exactly what you've always wanted. Maybe you finally have an opportunity, to do something that, you are very skilled at. I mean, he's up here on this bench. He's working on his piece here. And people have approached you. And I feel as if some of you Cancers have an opportunity to be seen. Somebody recognizes your talents, your gifts, what it is you can bring to the table. And that would require you walking away from a different institution or a different place, so, you're sitting on the fence as to like, oh my gosh, I could lose everything, or I could lose everything and gain everything I wanted. So I call this the in-between, it's like, oh, what am I going to do? Do I do this? Do I not do this? Do I finally call it quits? But the truth is we have to go back to these two core cards. We have, what it is you really, really want, and listen, if you haven't really been that happy, you need to find your joy. And in finding your joy, it could require you actually taking this leap of faith and moving in a direction that, may not be what everybody else wants from you, but it's not their life, it's your life that you are living. Now, the final outcome here, we do have the Five of Swords, so again, this is about you knowing that, this may not turn out the way that I want it, and I might feel really bad, because when we have the Five of Swords energy, there is this, sense of arguing, and, there's other people involved, and it's reversed, and, but listen, sometimes we have to fight for what it is that we want. And whether they like it or they don't like it, whether it's good for you or it's not good for you, sometimes, we just got to take a chance on what it is that we have really been wanting in our life. Now, let's look at the bottom of the deck and see what it says. We have the Seven of Cups coming in reverse. Again, it's just like, this is something that you want to do. This is a direction you want to take. This is something that, I think you feel very called to do, but again, it would require you kind of, closing doors and moving away from a situation that honestly has not been very happy for you, and you're a little confused, and when I see the Seven of Cups, it's like we need to ground into the energies that will support us, and when we're in a state of confusion, it's hard for us to know which direction to go in. My suggestion, and I don't see it here, but it is to tap into that hermit that you have inside of you. Take a little time, sit with yourself, try to tune into what it is that really is going on, and, really trust that your intuition is going to give you the right answers. Because here with this Hierophant above you, I feel like you are ready to align yourself in a life that's more in line with the direction that you've always wanted. So it's time for you to really kind of do for you and not be afraid to move away from situations that don't feel good and take a chance on something that, could possibly bring a lot of happiness. I mean, you are at a standstill right here and you're willing to do the work and you have an opportunity. Look at all this yellow, to go through a new door, so if this is what you want, then this is the direction that I think you should really start to consider. So tap into that hermit you have inside of you. You've worked hard to get to where you are, and I think people are really at a point where they want to start supporting you in a new direction, and why not? All right, so listen, that's what I've got for you, Cancer, for this week. Please take what works, leave what doesn't. We all know who we are in the story. I sure appreciate each and every one of you, and if you appreciate me here, take the time to hit that like button. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you at the next reading. Until then, be well, be happy, be kind. Bye now.